family? This is Roosevelt with another episode of Roosevelt Sounds Off. Only today I am coming live, doing a live video, waiting for a couple of you all to come in. But while you come in, I'm going to take an opportunity to share with my Facebook page. Let them know to watch me live. Excuse me while I type this description in. Bear with me, y'all. Okay, so hopefully they'll be able to watch that. Let me get a little bit closer. Tonight I'm using my phone and a little bit of my new tripod. So hopefully everybody can see me and everything okay. Hopefully everybody can hear me. See if anybody's watching. So far nobody's watching. But in case of anything, I'm just about to get right into it. This Roosevelt, hello, good evening. Good evening. And I came on here tonight to talk about what will probably happen on this weekend. As you know, this is the weekend of November 4th, November 5th. And on November 4th, a group called Antifa is planning a nationwide protest to protest the presidency of Donald Trump and Mike Pence. And they said that it could get violent. And also, too, the Department of Defense is also planning something like a nationwide blackout. It's on their website, but a friend of mine, she told me that she read the website, and she said so far she believes that it's going to be a hoax. But they said it's going to be a drill for a EMP, meaning electromagnetic pulse. And what this does, oh Lord, the tripod fell. Just bear with me while I set this thing back up. There. Okay. I think that's a little bit better too. Even though I got one side of my head that's a little bit shiny or whatever. But, you know, I guess sometimes you can't ask for everything, right, huh? Okay. Seeing if anybody's watching, y'all. So far, nobody's watching. But it's cool. Y'all will catch it on the replay. But anyhow, it's the EMP stands for electromagnetic pulse. And what that does is kind of like a small, I guess, bomb or something. And then whenever it's exploded over a major city or over a country, the atmosphere gets saturated by gamma rays. And every single form of electricity instantly stops. So that means that your internet at home won't work, your lights won't work, your car won't start, because, you know, your car starting is all powered through electric. Your cell phones won't work because even though you might not have it plugged into the wall or something, then that's all powered by electric too, because it still takes a battery. Hearing aids won't work, portable generators won't work. Just nothing will work. You know, it's almost like we'll be plunged kind of like back into the 1800s or something, pretty much. And they said that they didn't put this on mainstream media because they didn't want to create a nationwide panic. But yet many people have been talking about it over social media. So I got it started with a friend of mine calling me because she called me and told me that, asked me did I know anything about the blackout. So I didn't know, so she sent me the video. So what I did, I took the video and started sharing it with all of my Facebook friends on Messenger. And of course I had somebody get mad at me, a friend of mine on Facebook get mad at me and block me, told me never ever send her anything like that again. Matter of fact, she told me I blew her high, whatever that means. And, it's some people who believe that this could happen, but it's some people who don't believe that this could happen. I'm hoping that what she read is true. I'm hoping that it is a hoax. because I actually believe if this were to something that was something that will really, really happen, I believe it's something that would be devastating to this country and to this continent, because I think it would be cause nationwide panic where, we wouldn't have any food, we wouldn't have any water, wouldn't have anything. I mean, a whole lot of people would end up dying. And even if you're out in the streets or something, people still could break into your homes. And, by police, not, your landline phone or cell phones wouldn't work. So it's not like you could call anybody or anything. So it's almost like you would just be a sitting duck to just about anybody. And as far as the protest goes with Antifa, and I do have to say that with this protest or nationwide day of rage that they're calling it here in this country, I believe that it's kind of high time and everything for it. Because a whole lot of us, as many of us who are very upset with the presidency of Donald Trump. Donald Trump has done nothing but divide this nation. He's pit every single body against each other. I mean, this guy is a racist and everything. I mean, he's discriminated and said discriminatory things against Muslims, against immigrants, just everybody. I mean, just alienating everybody. And I think that it's a complete shame. And I believe that, plus he's also, about to bring us into World War III with, intimidating and saying things against North Korea and threaten to bomb North Korea. So I believe that he should, before anything happens, he needs to really be impeached. So many people are upset about Donald Trump being in office, just like I am as well. And as many people who are going to be raging on the street, and they think that if enough people commit violence and all of that kind of stuff, that it will force Trump and Pence out of office. And I don't know what is going to happen too much with that. Like I said, I was going to be in downtown Chicago, because it's major rallies planned for major cities like Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Austin. And they said that they're going to hurt police officers and hurt any other kind of Trump supporters who are going to be there. I mean, if I go, I would be, peacefully protesting against the presidency of Donald Trump and Mike Pence. I'm hoping no one gets violent or anything. I mean, because I think that would be bad and everything too. And, I don't know, maybe, and one of my fellow YouTubers who's an evangelist, shout out to evangelist K.L. Rich. She says that, we shouldn't worry about all of this stuff that is going on. We shouldn't be separated. And we shouldn't be worried about, as black people, what we didn't get from this country. Because, as black people, when slavery ended, we were promised the 40 acres and a mule, which, of course, our ancestors and great-grandparents or great-great-grandparents or whatever never received. And she says that we need to be more heavenly minded or more kingdom minded. But of course, I did comment on that video, and I told her I could understand being kingdom minded and, praying and being into Jesus and not always focusing on, what black people are doing or always what on the white man is doing or that kind of thing. But I told her, if you look at it on the other hand, we're still living in this country and still got to survive in this country. And she talks about we shouldn't focus on the racism that took place in the past. But maybe we shouldn't if it would stop and still stop going on. We still have racism in government. We still have racism in schools. There's still racism in housing because it's certain houses or certain neighborhoods that they don't want black people, even upstanding good black people, to belong to. I mean, we're discriminated against in the police department. We're discriminated against with, the law, period. I mean, because it's like if a white person stands before a judge, And it could be a white person and a black person. They could give the white person just probation or just a regular slap on the wrist. But a black person, they want to throw them in jail for 25, 30 years and everything. So I don't think that we could say that racism in this country is ended, or we don't need to worry about racism until it's all of this stuff, stops happening. This stuff with the separation and this stuff with how the government is, towards black people and towards Latinos, towards Muslim is still going on. I mean, this is still all happening. I believe that, every single thing in a society should be for everyone. You all who have known me or know me personally and who have been following me for quite a while know that I have said things like this. Everything in society should be for everyone, meaning everyone, no matter whether you're rich, no matter whether you're poor, no matter whether you have money or don't have money, should always, no matter what your situation is, always have access to food, have access to clothes, have access to shelter, clean drinking water, education, because these are the main staples of life that keep us going every single day. Because I can understand prayer. Of course, you're always supposed to pray. It says in the word that man should always pray and not faint. But at the same time, we still have to live this life. You still need things in this country to survive. We still need food, clothes, and shelter to survive. Like I said, I can understand, some of what she means about not focusing on certain things, but we still have to live. And that's all a whole lot of us want to do, is just survive and just to live. We want to know that just because we're pulled over by a police officer that we're not going to get shot today. We want to know that if we, made a mistake or got caught up in something or whatever it is, that if we stand before a judge, that we're going to be, treated nicely or be treated fairly. We want to know that we're able to get food and eat anytime that we need to. We want to know that we want to be able to have clothes. We want to know that we can go to school and be educated and be safe and have the same opportunities that white Americans have in this country. This is all. And I don't think that that's too much to ask. And I believe with the Trump-Pence regime, this is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. Because Trump is only in it for himself. It's a man who's very narcissistic. He's a man who is very arrogant. He's a man who acts like he knows it all and doesn't know anything at all. Like I said, he said things about people in North Korea. And the only reason why we possibly could be going to war with North Korea is all because of his mouth. Sitting up calling those people over their names, calling their leader or their president names. It's only so much of that people are going to take. As far as I'm concerned, this man is evil. But yet she says, well, the evangelist K.O. Rich actually said, well, everybody talks about the president or Trump being racist. We've had other presidents who might have been racist or whatever, too. Yeah, maybe so, but it was never this obvious. She even said Obama was racist because he seemed like he favored and liked black people more than he liked whites. Even if I don't believe that, but even if that were the case, it was never this obvious as it is Trump. Trump just gets up and just says anything that he wants to, that just comes to his brain, that he wants to just slip out of his that come in between his little mouth. The reason why we possibly could be going to war with North Korea is all because that he keeps that mouth going, just that jib all the time. Saying any kind of a thing, doing any kind of a thing, always on that phone tweeting and all that kind of stuff. Put that phone down, man, and do your job. Going over in Puerto Rico and throwing out tissues and stuff at the people like it's a damn ticker tape parade. This is probably the worst president that we have ever had. Just don't worry, y'all. Just seeing if anybody's watching. So far, nobody's watching me at all. But I don't know. Maybe everybody will catch it on the replay. So, I'm just hoping that everything will be okay this weekend. Look after yourselves, look after each other, because you never know. We could be in for a long stay. We could be in for a very, very rough ride. And we already are with this president. So I was just doing this video on YouTube Live. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And be sure to comment on the video. And hopefully I will see everybody later, possibly with another live video. And if possible, if I do go to the Antifa protest here in the Chicago area on Saturday in downtown Chicago, that's going to be at Federal Plaza, I believe, around 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Roosevelt signs off. I will be going live and letting you see what is going on at Federal Plaza. And in the Antifa protest, I will be going live, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell at the bottom so you'll always be notified whenever I upload a new video, or you'll always be notified when I get ready to go live. So hope to talk to everybody soon. Peace and blessings to all.